very first Christmas is a story of ordinary people. You got ordinary shepherds, you got an ordinary man named Joseph, and you have an ordinary girl named Mary. Mary was, if you read the New Testament, you'll find Mary was one of the most popular names in the country at that time. And so she had a very common name. She wasn't rich, she wasn't powerful, she did not have parents that had high status. She was from an ordinary place, Nazareth, just a small town. They went to a very small, ordinary little village, Bethlehem. And God did an amazing thing. God took a virgin, and you say, well, that's extraordinary. Not in that day. Think about it. In a strict Jewish community like Nazareth, where Mary was from, it was not only expected, it was required that a young lady keep herself pure until marriage. In fact, for a young lady to get pregnant prior to marriage would be something that would, at the very least, cover her life with shame and guilt, and at the most would lead her to be stoned to death and killed. So out of the millions of people on planet Earth, out of the thousands of young girls in Israel, God selected just an ordinary girl, Mary, and used her to be the person who would be the virgin who would conceive the child, the Son of God, Jesus Christ, and raise him for the glory of God. Why did God choose Mary? I think the answer to that question is very simple. Mary was willing to say yes. When the angel explained to Mary that she was going to have a baby, and this, even though she was a virgin, and this baby would be the Son of God, her response is very wise and very simple. She said, I am the Lord's servant. May it be to me as the Lord desires. Think about that. God used her because she was willing to say yes. You know, God uses ordinary people. Maybe you feel like an ordinary person, living in an ordinary place, doing an ordinary job, from an ordinary family. That's okay. God shows himself big and extraordinary when ordinary people say yes. I want to encourage you this Christmas. Be like Mary. Say yes to whatever God's asking you to do, and allow an extraordinary God to do an extraordinary thing in you and for you and through you to bless others.